Well, Dan, I want to thank you for joining me today, and I was just wondering if you could tell us what your involvement is with the Wycliffe Indigenous initiatives in Canada.
Sure, Marilyn, and Merry Christmas. It's been great to be able to come home and the last few years, and actually we've been with Wycliffe now about 27 years, and the last 4 years we've been in Canada. And when we came home, they asked us if I would coordinate the Cree initiative. 10 years ago, this year, they had a meeting in Prince Albert of a lot of church leaders and Indigenous church leaders and other leaders. And they talked about what they wanted to see and how Wycliffe could help in translation, what they were looking for. And out of that meeting 10 years ago was born the Cree initiative. So the last 4 years I've been coordinating that, and just recently we had another meeting in Strathmore a couple months ago, and we had more than just Cree language groups there. We also had Blackfoot and a couple language groups from the West Coast. So I've been asked to head the language programs in Canada. And that includes all the Indigenous work as well as what we would call the diaspora, people coming from other countries and as immigrants or refugees.
As you're aware, we've decided on the Missions Committee to help support those Indigenous initiatives. And I'm just wondering if you can give us some examples of maybe some of the projects that are ongoing in Canada.
The two main ones in the Cree initiative right now are the Naskapi in northern Quebec, and they have a New Testament, and they've been working through the Old Testament. A couple of years ago, they printed a whole Bible, but there's a lot of blank pages in there of the things that they hadn't translated, and then there's some grade pages where they haven't been able to get the consultant checking finished on that either. So that was really done to encourage them to really take hold of it as their project, and they really have been supporting that project well. The other main one is the Oji Cree in Northern Ontario, and they just have finished Mark and John and the Epistles of John. And we're really excited about the translation work that's going on there and the impact it's having on the community. At our meeting in Strathmore a couple months ago, as I mentioned, we had a group from the Blackfoot Confederacy. There's 4 related First Nations just east and south of Calgary, and they are wanting to have the Bible in their language. So they've started the New Testament just a few months ago, really, is when they've really been able to get down to it. And then we also had another group of 4 people representing 3 language groups from coastal BC, and that's kind of a brand new area for us.
Are there specific goals besides Bible translation involved in these projects as well?
Well, my goal for the next 6 to 8 months is to really figure that out. I'm going to be doing a lot of research and visiting other different language groups in Canada, as well as different missions. We have a main partner in the Canadian Bible Society, and there's other missions involved doing a lot of different things. And so we really want to understand the context that we're working in. The other big question is the whole area of revitalization. In some of these language groups, there aren't very many speakers. And so Bible translation is part of what I would see as an overall revitalization work in their language groups. And it's a very important spiritual one. And that's often why the church and these Indigenous groups are asking for help. So we do have some tools that we would like to bring into these areas. With your Christmas offering, we're having an oral translation workshop on Vancouver Island in February, and we do have need for some funds for that workshop itself. There's also funding need for some of the equipment like laptops that these groups need, and so this is coming at just an excellent time to help us move ahead with that workshop.
Well, thank you so much for sharing just a little bit about all the things that you're involved with in these projects. It sounds groundbreaking and quite exciting, and we're happy at DBC to be able to be part of it.
Thank you. And thank you very much, not just for this opportunity to share, but for your partnership over the years and your partnership with Wycliffe. It really does make a difference, and this is how we're able to move ahead with these different initiatives that we're doing. So thank you, and Merry Christmas.
Yes, you too. Thanks.